I'm looking a little ratty, aren't I? I have my contacts in, so I can't see well without my cheater glasses. I'm washing my hair with baby shampoo and that fast-growing shampoo with all the natural stuff in it. And there's a lot of humidity in the air today, so my it has a mind of its own. Welcome to Solo Iced Coffee. I have some things to show you guys, and I have an explanation of something. First off, I got my coffee. This is just French vanilla, the International Delight French vanilla with a little bit of Hershey's syrup. That's it. There's no Cool Whip, there's no cherries. It was frothed, which is what you see there. There's some ice in it and regular Walmart brand coffee. So just the French vanilla, and you can see on the bottom some of the chocolate. I went to the grocery store this morning and I bought Coffee Mate Original with no flavoring, just a regular. I never bought original liquid Coffee Mate, so I'm going to start using the original, see how I like it with the Hershey syrup in it. The sweet cream, I dumped down the drain. It just was making me a little sick in my stomach. However, I'm going to show you guys something. I'm going to turn you around, so hang on a second. Okay, first things first. You hear the train going? We had rain most of the day, but look, the clouds are breaking up. I took Hote and put him out on the deck, and we got our indoor-outdoor carpet from Amazon. That was delivered today. Isn't that pretty? I like it. I think it's good. Now these are just the first two pieces, along with the bird feeder, of course. We ordered 2 chairs and a small table for in between. I'm going to do flower planters. George is in contact with the HOA to put a trellis along here that goes up 6 feet with flower boxes across the bottom. There's a lot of reasons for that, but I won't go into it. But we want it for privacy, for like that side. So there'll be more. This is just we're doing it in steps. The chairs and the table are being delivered April 30th to May 2nd or something like that. But anyway, I wanted a griddle because sometimes he makes what we call dippy eggs. And so we got a Farberware griddle. That came from Amazon today. That's nice. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off and get that all ready. So I had a griddle a couple of years ago and loved having a griddle. I think it was $18. But then I have to show you this. Along with the rug and the griddle, we ordered a wok. And it came in this box that says, this box is now made with less material. And I just had to chuckle, and I said to Gio, like, oh, well, now I know what the problem is. It's made with less material. Because Amazon sent us the wok with no handle. So there's the handleless wok. Box is empty. So he had to put in a thing with Amazon, and I'll show you this too. And we're going to return it, and they're going to send us this exact same item with the handle, hopefully with the handle. And the carpet, on each end of the carpet had a little hat that says Jonathan Y, Soho, New York. Look at this little, how cute is this? I just think it's a cute thing. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna tape it into our love journal, and I'm gonna put outdoor carpeting. So, hang on. Okay, so that's what happened. We have no handle for the wok, so it'll be a couple days. We're gonna just take it around the corner to the UPS store. The UPS store it does everything. I swear to God. I have to trim my bangs, I think. I have this video, and then I also have a video. I did a whole video on UTIs. I know a couple times I've done videos talking about UTIs, urinary tract infections. I'm struggling with a minor one, just minor right now. So it's not really a struggle. It's just I know what to do when it happens. So I did a video on that. It's sitting on my camera roll, so I'll get that up. It's not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but I'll probably put this one up first and then that one. Okay, that's that. Someone asked on one of my other videos about, because I said that we need to get a new roof. Now, we're in an HOA. We're in a stretch of 6 townhouses. And you can like go up the driveway and you can look at the roofs and you can see because there's 3 divisions to the community we're in. Private community. I take all these words very lightly, trust me on that. And so each string of 6 houses is different. Like 6 are the same, but different from our 6, right? But you can look up on the roofs and you can tell which one has, a newer roof and which one has an older roof. And we have an older roof, and 2 or 3 of our neighbors have older roofs, but 2 of them you can tell are newer roofs. But the reason why the roof was not inspected at the time of when the inspection came about before we bought, as everything was going on, you get an inspection. And so someone asked, wasn't that picked up during inspection? No, because of the fact that it was February and the roof was covered with snow. You wouldn't be able to see anything. Even if they had taken a drone over it, they still wouldn't have been able to see the condition of the roof because it was covered in snow. So we weren't able to have the roof inspected. We also weren't able to have the AC unit inspected because it was February and they couldn't run the unit in the middle of winter. So those 2 things, and we have a home warranty, but those things aren't covered unless there's a problem after the fact or something. I don't know. Anyway, so the big concern, and we don't have leaks or anything like that, but there's 2 shingles missing, and it just needs to get done. So that's going to be the big thing. We got all the paint. I think I already said that. We got the paint that we need. We got the green paint, a quart of green paint for the front door, the trim on this patio door, and then the downstairs basement door. That's also green. And we got the paint for the steps, the stain for the steps to go up to the 2nd floor. And we have the white baseboard paint to do touch-ups, right? And then we got the paint for the what do you call it? The wall, the accent wall in the living room. We have all that. We have the rollers, we have the trays, we have the brushes, we have drop cloths. So we have all the stuff. Now it's like picking something and getting going. We were talking today about getting a storm door for downstairs at the basement for a couple reasons. One, in the wintertime, it would help with, the heating, with it being more sealed, because right now there's just one door. And in the summertime, Gio can open the inside door, put the storm window up, and have the screen to have ventilation, which also helps with, dampness and humidity and all that down there. And he also would have more natural light coming in to the basement with that door open. So we're going to look at Lowe's and see what they run. It's something that he'll be able to install himself with no problem. And a couple people have storm doors, but most of them don't. So that's something we're talking about. But the roof is the big thing. And then the patio, because like I said, we're not going to be going anywhere big for a year or 2. probably a good 2 years, until just everything settles down and we get everything that's needed for the home so that we both feel comfortable here. We're definitely still learning about each other, and I think people learn about each other no matter how long you're together. We're 9 months plus in, which in some ways is so short, but it feels like, I swear it feels like we've been together for 20 years. It's been 9 months. June, July. August 17th will be a year. So May, June, July. Yeah, going into our 9th month. So the deck, the fact that we have a place to sit outside is going to be basically like our whole summer vacation, you know. And when you sit and you just look straight out like this, you're seeing the trees and the skies. And we want to go out at night and see the stars and look at the constellations. So we ordered 2 chairs, and like I said, it's a glass top table. I put Hote out there. Hote is the laughing Buddha, and Sky bought him, let's see, Sky's been gone a year. We were together 5 years, 6 years, and then he had bought it like 4 or 5 years prior at Lowe's. It's an outdoor garden ornament, and he worked at Lowe's, and he brought Hote home one day. So Hote has probably been with us for like 10 years, and he spent the first 5 years outside and then inside in the apartment. So Hote's now back outside in his element, and that flower that he's holding, and you can go back in the video and look, but Sky actually drilled a hole in Hote's hand, top of his hand. He drilled a hole and he put that flower, let's see if I can see the flower in Hote's hand. It's an artificial flower, and he put that in Hote's hand years ago. So that's an amazing memory of Sky, and he loved that Hote. I love that Hote. George loves the Hote. So now the rug's here, so that's part 2. The table and chairs will come. That'll be part 3. We had to send off a form to the HOA. A lot of the houses have privacy walls. So what we want to do once we get the okay, and there shouldn't be any reason why we shouldn't get an okay, is go down to Lowe's and or Home Depot and get 3 lattice pieces, and just bring them in, and he's going to attach them to the railings there, and then get flower boxes, and I'm going to pick up, assortments of flowers and put them in there, and then I want to get some of those big round pots like I talked about and put them in the corners, and then whatever else I see to give everything like a feel of something, maybe outdoor, maybe not really twinkle lights. The folks around the corner from us have like twinkle lights, but it would have to be something really like stylish and not gaudy. You know what I mean? So, the sky's such a beautiful blue color. So we're on the 26th of April. We have 4 days left in this month before we hit the month of May. May is, for us, May is crazy. I've got to check. One of my friends has a birthday. I think it's April 30th. So I have to remember that. That's also my brother's birthday. April 30th, yeah. So May, when May rolls around, it's Mother's Day. On May 10th, I believe, is Mother's Day. May 13th is my old friend's birthday. He'll be 83. It's also the day my mother died a few years ago. At that time, it was Friday the 13th. Take a look at this, you guys. The sun just came out. Look how pretty. I'm thrilled. So April 13th is my friend's birthday and the day my mom died, and I think it's 3 years ago this year. April 14th is when Gio's brother Jamie died a year ago, so it'll come up on his first year. April 15th is my late father's birthday. He would have turned 100 this year. April 16th is my daughter's birthday. April 16th, 17th, April 17th would have been mine and Sky's wedding anniversary. If we had stayed married, we married April 17th in a Zen Center. May, I'm saying April, I'm sorry. May 18th is my sister's birthday. My next oldest sister turned 69 this year. May 21st is my nephew's birthday. He's almost the same age as my one daughter. And May 30th, my youngest son's godfather passed away on that date. My brother-in-law, my sister's husband, who I just loved him so much. There's so much love for him. He died 2 years ago at the end of May. I think it was around the 22nd. So he passed away, my mom passed away. My son's godfather passed away. My husband's brother passed away. My brother passed away May 30th also, way back in 2002. He was 50 years old. And Memorial Day hits in May. All the carnivals will open, all the parks will open, the swimming pools will open, the ice cream parlors will open. There's all these things, all these May things, right? But there's so many dates, there's so many things. I think I counted in my journal book 4 or 5 May birthdays of you guys that I had been chatting with. I still have not gone to Messenger. I am so sorry. I promise I will. I haven't forgotten one single one of yous. I have everyone's name written down. I think of yous all so often. I don't want to start rattling off names because if I forget a name, that's not going to sound good, but I'm thinking of all of you guys all the time. Yeah, all the time, all the time. And so May will be pivotal. We're going to just continue to work out here. We want to do a couple local things. We want to go once or twice and go bowling. There's a bowling alley about 2 miles down the road. I haven't been bowling in a little while. I looked up the place where I used to go horseback riding, and the prices, like everything else, has jumped incredibly. So I don't know that that's going to be a thing this year for us. I don't think so. But I think instead maybe we'll do the Dutch Apple Dinner Theater, which is not super close to us, but close enough. It's a nice little dinner theater. You go and you have dinner and see a show. And Gio's never been there. So that might be something for late July, August. We're going to drive 2 hours to a waterfall. It's a trail with waterfalls. It's beautiful in our area. And I definitely will, I'll take you guys along on all the things that we do. We're going to go down to the ocean, hopefully at least twice, just for overnight. It's about a 3-hour drive, so it's kind of hard on us at our ages to do 3 hours down and 3 hours back on the same day. So if you can hit the price right, and he's got discounts on hotels from all the traveling he did. So he did a lot of world traveling over the years, and so he has some discount deals. So we're hoping to definitely get down the shore. And then the rest of the time will be like, there's a local amusement park just to go and walk around, go on the Ferris wheel, the easy stuff, the sky ride, that kind of thing. get something to eat, play a couple of hokey games, those things. And mostly picnics and walking, like getting out, getting in the sun, laying in the sun, taking some picnic food, some heart-healthy picnic food, and just making memories and you know, growing together as a couple. I asked him today, I was curious about relationships, and I know what failed in my relationships. I know where I failed, and I know where I felt like my former partners failed me in a way. And so I was talking to him about that, because I'd like to do what I can to see him thrive in our relationship and see me thrive in our relationship. Because you can go along, but if you don't grow together, if you don't thrive and just, you know, you're missing something, I think. So there's always something to do. We got our wills done. We got them notarized. I got all my papers signed. He has two people. He has two family members that need to sign, but everything's notarized, so everything's legal. These two people didn't need to be at the notary, so he's taking care of that today. And now it's this Amazon thing. We've got to take this package to the UPS store, which is fine. It's right around the corner. And what was the other thing? There's something else, the wills. Oh, working with the HOA to get the approval on the trellis, which I don't see there being an issue on that. You guys helped me out. I was given a tulip for Easter. My friend Dave gave me a tulip, and the flowers have died off. What do I do with the tulip? I'm reading that I plant the bulbs in the fall. So do I, like, what do I do? Do I, like, should I put the plant in the basement until the fall and then take the bulbs, or do I need to get the bulbs out and, like, put them in something? Like, can you help me out? Karen, I know you're very versed in gardening and stuff. Can someone help me and tell me what I need to do so that the tulips will come up next year? Because I have not a clue. I've never had tulips or daffodils or anything, so I don't know what I'm doing. So help me out if you would in the comments. Please hit the subscribe if you would. I really desperately would like to get to 1,000 subscribers. My subscriber count hasn't moved, and there was long periods of time where I was not consistent here. I'm not really on Facebook. I pop in and out. It's just, I don't know what I'm supposed to feel on Facebook. I don't know. Maybe I just need to open up more to more people. If you want to be friends with me on Facebook, I don't know how to reach everybody, but you certainly can reach out to me there. And I got to get over to Messenger. You know how, like, when someone calls you and you miss the call, and then you need to call them back and you don't, and, like, the next day goes by and then a week goes by and then you feel more and more guilty, and then the next thing you know, it's like 3 weeks later and you still haven't called them, and then you really feel guilty, and then you feel so guilty you don't do anything. That's kind of like how I am with Messenger. But at the same time, I don't want to so desperately be alone as what I've been, you know. Gio's son is coming to Pennsylvania in June for he's arriving on a Friday, leaving on a Monday, so basically 2 days, but he has a lot of family in this area to visit, so I'll get to meet him and his wife. It's going to be a short visit. He's hoping to get up twice through this time, but like I said, there's a lot of family to visit, so we will get together and, you know, have dinner or something like that. So we're just plugging along. I spent about an hour, 45 minutes this afternoon going through totes again in the basement. I got another stack of things that I shredded. I went through more things that I threw away that were not donatable. I am constantly looking at everything I own to see what makes sense, you know. I have a couple of pair of boho pants up my closet that are a little long, and there's a dry cleaner right down the street, and they do alterations. So if I slip on the pants and then I guess put a pin where I want them hemmed to, I could take them in there and they can alter them for me, I believe. So I'm going to think about that because I'd like to start wearing this stuff, you know. I got everything from Temu. I haven't ordered anything in a very long time, with the fact that, you know, finances are going here as they should, and into the grocery store, because I couldn't get ground beef today. We went into Giant, and I love a lot of the products at Giant, but they had really good sales on a few things, so that's why we went in there for the sales. And but their ground beef was $10 for a pound, and I know at Walmart I believe it's $7.99. So I have to go to Walmart anyway for a few other things. So I'm just going to wait and go down there and get a pound of ground beef because I like to use it in my spaghetti. So these are just, you know, some of the things, you know, like setting up all the bills on auto pay and all that kind of thing, getting used to the car. I got a text from Toyota showing me like how I can set up everything on my car on the navigation screen. They do a tutorial, you know, do this, do this, do this. I'm just not sure how much of that I want. I have Sirius Music. They give a 3-month subscription, and then I think it's like it might be $10 a month, and I don't know that that's worth it for what little bit we drive. Like, I'm the only one that's driven the car. He hasn't driven the car at all, even though the car is in both of our names. He said, I don't want to have to adjust your seat, because my seat is like, you know, it's up high enough and the mirrors are adjusted. So we're just doing the things. He has a blood test on Monday morning to check his thyroid, to see where the thyroid is, because he has hypothyroidism. So his doctor wants to check that. And so that's Monday morning. We're still doing our walks. And so, you know, you do life things, right? You're constantly doing a life thing. This pops up and this pops up. I need to put in a call Monday to his doctor, because I don't know if I told this story. I have a resident, which I know I told you that I have a resident at the doctor's office that I go to, because my doctor's both retired. So I have a resident, and then George suggested his doctor, who I just love to pieces. So he contacted their office, and they said, yeah, she's taking new patients. Have your wife call us. And so then I went online, and online it said she doesn't take my insurance. So then I called my insurance, and my insurance, which is Aetna, a PPO, said she does take the insurance. So now I need to call their office, the doctor's office, and say, here's what I have. Do you take this? And if they do, then I need to have records, you know, see what I need to sign to have them get into my chart for all of my records and do a changeover. So there's just work. Aren't we constantly doing life things? One thing after another. It's like, oh, I got to do this. I did my laundry yesterday. So on my chart, laundry was listed for today, but the wash basket was full to the top. And so as I was doing cleaning the kitchen, I was doing the laundry in between. So I got the laundry done. And I also have bedding on for Saturdays, but I just changed the bedding like Wednesday. And I put fresh bedding on because we got that egg crate thing. to help my back. And so I wasn't going to change the sheet again after just 3 days. So next week when I do the laundry, I'll do the bedding, and then I'll get into that routine, because I think fresh bedding and fresh pillowcases just feels so good. So it's just, I'm doing here what you guys are doing there. You know, it's like we're doing the same thing, just different. So it's kind of nice to see a little piece of carpet out there. It's a little smaller than I thought it would be. It's definitely smaller, but I guess it's the same size as it's a 5x8, which is the same size. Actually, it's almost 6x8, which is the same size as what's here in the living room and the kitchen. It just, I guess with nothing else out there, it looks smaller, but it's nice, it's pretty. And once we get everything else out there, it'll be a nice little oasis for he and I to spend more time getting to know each other and doing more bonding, and just trying to spend the rest of what time we have left on this earth together as husband and wife, and learn about each other and love each other and take care of each other and nurture each other's spirit and soul. I have such a hard time with my mental health, that it's so hard for me to connect with people, and then I can be really upbeat and really connectable, and then I just go way on the other side and I just shut down and I don't talk with anyone. And I don't like that part. Like, I want to be able to at times pick up the phone and call a girlfriend, you know. I have a friend, we text, well, two friends actually, that we text almost every day. Just in the morning or sometime through the day if something pops up, and it's little texts of encouragement. And I'm so proud of the strength in these women, and so that like gives me hope that I can manage too, that and get stronger. And if I can get beyond and over all this fear that constantly races through me. Like, we were at the grocery store this morning and we were almost done shopping, and we just had a little cart, and I think there was maybe 8 things on the list. It wasn't a lot. It was $53, which, you know, today's prices, what are you going to do? And almost everything that I got on sale, and I got the store brand, right? Unless something else was on sale, because I got, I'll show you. This is going to be longer, but that's okay. You guys don't mind, I know. I got the original Coffee Mate. Like I said, I never bought this before in the original, and Gio likes cold foam in his espresso, and these were on sale 2 for $8, so $4 a piece, which is usually like $5.50. And then I used the chocolate syrup. I got the generic brand, which is the Giant brand, and I use the chocolate syrup. And then I also have the French vanilla, the International Delight. This I've had for a little bit, so I have to keep track of it and make sure that it stays good. So, just ordinary things. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put this video up, and then I'm going to put the UTI video up. So if hearing about a UTI and that's not your thing and you don't want to listen, and that's fine. But again, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, it doesn't cost you anything. If you could just hit subscribe and like, I would really appreciate you. I'd like to at least get up to 900, and I know that I have to do the work. It's not up for you guys to do the work. If I don't give you something to come and spend time with me, why would you? You know? And what I have in my life is this new situation, this new marriage, my loss that I went through, his loss that he went through. You know, it's just, and moving into this new place. Sorry, I gotta trim my bangs. And putting it together and figuring it out. And so that's what we're doing. So I'm gonna go. Thank you for being here so much. You have no idea how much you guys have kept me going. I so appreciate you. So take care. Namaste. Namaste.